What it do? Hey, check this out. It's your boy Fourth Eye, and I am back. A couple days ago, I had this experience, and the experience was how can I say? It was different. I can't say it was an out of body. I really can't tell you what it was, cause I have no idea. I wasn't even asleep. Um, it started off with me. I was doing like I was like an open eye meditation, and I don't usually do this, but I realized that I used to do this as a kid, and the reason I realized it because I was just sitting there, I was about to meditate, and I just started looking at the wall, like you know how you just zone out. I zoned out, like I started daydreaming, and I'm looking at the wall. Next, you know, I see the door to the bathroom do like this, like a warp, and I'm like, oh shit. I was like, dang, I ain't experienced that in a long time. Where I see like the room moving and stuff. So I was like, oh, let me see. So I stayed focused on this like point of the wall. And as I'm doing this, I see the door moving, going up. I'm seeing like shadows. But it's not like shadow beings. It's just shadows from equipment in my room. And as I'm looking, I start seeing this like ball of light, like on the roof. And then I'm seeing like, you know how when you close your eyes, you can see like that little dot. It's that portal where you would make that portal. If you know about it, I don't know. Maybe everybody don't know about it, but when you're having a out of body and you go through the portal, like you can make this portal in your mind, and it's always there. Really, if you close your eyes, you will see that little dot, but it might be small. But I'm seeing it with my eyes open, and I can see it spinning, and I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like looking, and I start focusing on this dot like spinning. As I'm doing that, next you know, I'm starting to see like what looks like the wall started looking like a ocean, like not like an ocean, well, like the reflection of water. You know how you would see a reflection of water on the wall, and it'd be like moving like this and shit. Like I'm seeing that, and I'm like, dang, it look like water. Look like I got some type of screen or something, and it's just playing like this reflection of water or something. Then I start seeing different colors of like smoke, purple, white, blue. Then I'm seeing like around the outlines of the doors, I'm seeing these rainbow colors around the doors and stuff. So now I'm like, what the hell am I? Cause I ain't went this far with it. Like I ain't never seen this. Like it's like the whole room looked like it was full of like mist just floating around. And it was like bright. Mind you, it's nighttime. It's like bright in the room. And I'm like, this is crazy. As I'm doing that, I said, you know, let me close my eyes because I was seeing that little portal. So I closed my eyes to see if I would see it. And when I closed my eyes, it's like I went into like a it's like if I would have left my body, I would have been like I had an out of body. But maybe my consciousness shifted so fast, but it was almost like, I know this term don't sound right, but it wasn't like an outer body experience. It was almost like an inner body like experience, because I started seeing different, like I was seeing different versions of myself that represented different emotions, different feelings, love, pain, fear, etc., like different emotions. And as I'm going through this, like once I've started, like every time I would go into one of these emotions, they would have a conversation with me. But it would be almost like they'll have a comment, like I would see it, and they'd be like, this is fear. Because when I was in this fear, the dude that was me told me, he said, this is you're in the current. He said, no, he didn't say current. I messed that up. He said channel. He said, this is the channel. This is fear. This is your fear. And when I started looking, it was like I entered into a room, and I'm looking at this, like I'm experiencing this fear. And as I'm in this room, it's shadows on the wall. You know how when you was a little kid, you would see like a shadow, and you'd be looking at that shadow, and then that shadow started looking like a person, and you're like, oh shit. Then that shadow started looking like it's moving and shit. Then you're like, oh, what is this? But you're a little kid. It's like your imagination is like running wild right now, and it's scaring you. In this experience, while I'm looking at this shadow, I'm like, oh, like what the hell? It starts moving, and it starts growing, and everything in the room starts about to turn black. When I get out, I'm back talking to myself, which is the person who was like representing fear. And he was like, that's how fear works. He was like, the more you focus on it, the more it grows. And he said, what'd he say? I'm trying to think. He said, cause it was something, when he was saying that, another emotion of mine, like a different version of myself, popped up. And he told him to get out of there. He said, get out of my channel. And I was like, what the hell? Because while he said channel, I'm thinking of how people talk about like channeling spirits and whatnot. And he said, get out of my channel. He said, and I was asking like, what you mean get out of my channel? He's like, every emotion is like a channel of energy. He said, sometimes, he said, so like you got this fear, like say another emotion, you're afraid, and now this other emotion, depression, tries to creep in, or this other emotion, pain, tries to creep in. He said, it's my job to make sure this channel stays clear, and it's your job to control the emotions. And as we talking, I'm going into, I stopped talking to him, and I went into another emotion. But as I'm going now, I'm going and going and going to different emotions. Most of these ones I didn't remember, but some of them I did, like sadness, or even like say for instance, like I was shown like how a person grow up, like say they look at their father as their protector, somebody who is strong, and somebody who is, you know what I'm saying, they feel like this person will always be there for them and protect them. That's what they look at as a person that's a protector. They strong, they this and that. And they was talking, and when I was in anger, and it was basically saying that a lot of people, they manifest they like create this image, or they create this like a person. Say for instance, like it'll be like your dad represents your anger or whatever, but that's not your dad. That's just something you created. And when you get mad, you almost channel your dad, because that's what you look at as somebody who is strong and can protect themselves or protect you. And so it's like weird. It was hella weird. Then as I'm going through, I end up coming right back to an area, and I'm like, I remember being here. Like I've been here before. And so as I'm saying that, I have a memory pop up in my head and says, a memory popped up in my head, and I was like, I told myself to remember when I got back here. And I'm like, I done been here about 3 times. I done went basically like in a circle, like 3 times. Like it was weird. And I seen this like, how do I explain it? Like, it was like a woman, but I couldn't, not like a physical woman, but big. When I opened my eyes in the room, she's like, it looked like she had a long flowing dress on, but she was like transparent. But with all those colors going through the room, it's like all I'm seeing is like purple, blue, rainbow colors, and white, and these orb, like this orb. And I'm seeing this, it's almost like I'm seeing like an outline of a woman, but it's like the clothes was almost like mist, and she was just standing there. And it was like going up, the higher you went up, that's where you seen that light, that orb of light. And I'm like, I'm sitting there just looking like, what? Now this is with my physical eyes. This whole time I never felt like I was asleep. I felt like I just closed my eyes and I started experiencing that. And then I opened my eyes back and then I seen that woman. I don't know who that was. Maybe it was a god, maybe it was an angel. I don't know. I didn't hear nothing, didn't speak to me. I just seen, like, and this whole, like, even when my eyes is open, I'm seeing like these white, like, look almost like feathers almost on the side, just doing this. Then I, like, sometimes I would like get out of my concentration, I look and I'm like, what the hell? And even to the point where I was talking to because for some reason, okay, I'm backtracking. When I was in that experience, I'm going in a circle. Like, I'm thinking, because I had a uncle that was on drugs. And I thought about it, and I was like, I wonder, for some reason, I started thinking about people that's on drugs when they try to get off and they start having withdrawals and they have the flu, or they seem like they have flu symptoms. And as I'm thinking that, a version of myself started explaining why they go through those stages of feeling like they got the flu. And basically was saying it's the same as somebody who was a vegan and they went back to eating meat and they started eating meat again. Their body is trying to readjust. It was saying people doing drugs, their body basically adapts to doing the drugs, and the drugs is basically shutting down certain things, and the body is starting to like I don't know what the terms, like it was like, I don't know what the terms, endorphins or whatever, or certain things that keep you, you know what I'm saying, moving. Y'all might know better than me. I'm not big on biology of the body, so I don't know much about that. But it's like releasing these certain things. It's like, it's basically adding more to compensate for what the person is lacking because they doing the drugs. So the body is trying to adjust to it. And then when the person gets off of drugs, the body is still pushing it out. So it's like pushing this stuff out. Even like people who take certain drugs and they end up having a psychotic break. It was basically saying like the DMT or whatever pushing, like it's something. It was crazy, but it made sense to me. It was like it's adding extras, and when they stop, it's still adding extras. So their body goes into shock, and some people pass away. They die because of it, because the body is still adding all this extra, whatever that stuff is. And the person, that's why it's better for the person to wing off so the body can slowly adjust to this person's lifestyle. That was weird to me. I was trying to do a little bit more research before I even made this video, but I was like, hey, you know what if, I don't care, I don't know about that stuff anyway, I'm just gonna make the video. But that was a pretty interesting experience. It was like me experiencing all my emotions, but learning that there is a way to control it. And and it was saying like a lot of people that deal with like that be like messed up in the head is because their emotions, it's almost like they're like how he was like pushing the other one out of the channel, saying like, stay where you at, stay in your lane, I stay in my lane. And it was almost like all these emotions that we don't even have names for or whatever, it's like they were all like strings, but he was calling them channels. And he was saying that they will merge with each other. And when somebody had this psychotic break, that all the emotions are basically like overlapping each other. They intertwine. They like, it's like, say you got one lane and you got all the emotions in just one lane. So it's like 1 minute they happy, the next minute they mad, the next minute they sad, the next minute they this. Even when it came to the fact of multiple personalities, saying that he didn't say this, but when I woke up, I thought about this, because when I was looking at fear, it brought me back to a childhood of me being young and having fear. It was almost like the younger version of myself stayed and represented that fear. So it was like people with multiple personalities that end up one minute they real confident, emotion, they confidence, they like yes, and then next you know they acting like a child. Like, my mama said I can't go there. Like, they scared all the time. Then they turn it, it's like their emotions, it's like they tapping into this emotion, and that emotion, the other emotion, or the person that they are that's supposed to be controlling these emotions, is taking this back seat and allowing the emotion to take over. It's a little deep in my head, and I'm still trying to process it, but that was a pretty strange experience. It was like, I don't know what it was. Maybe y'all know what it was. I don't know. And I know I said inner body, which this would be considered inner body, but I just said inner body because it seemed like I went within myself, my spiritual body or some shit. Like, I don't know what the hell I just experienced a couple days ago, but y'all give me y'all perspective and let me know what y'all think. I'm out. Peace.